Well, the election is just less than 3 weeks away, and millennials could soon become a political force in the United States. Now, that is because for the first time, almost all of that generation can vote. While polls indicate more of them plan to support Clinton, there is a vocal minority that is stumping for Trump. Our next guest is one of them, and he says tonight's debate will not change his mind. Josh Gramillion is a first-time voter and the National Social Media Director for the grassroots organization Students for Trump. He joins us now from Houston, Texas. Josh, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Great to have you here. And I want to ask you a question that many people are asking. Why are you, as a young person in the United States, voting for Donald Trump?
You know, I started following Mr. Trump when he first announced, and, I've always known who he was, and, I've seen his, I knew he was on The Celebrity Apprentice, and I watched that, and I've known his kind of business background, and, I started following along with his policies and everything, and, really just kind of went in line with what I believe in my traditional values and everything, and so, a lot of millennials are supporting him because, we want an outsider. We're tired of seeing politicians who've been in there for, so long and haven't accomplished anything.
What do you want to see accomplished then? What do you think Donald Trump can actually do that others have not?
I truly think, he's going to bring jobs back to our country. For college students like me, I'll be graduating in 3 years from now. And a lot of my friends, who are getting out of college now or soon, they've applied for jobs and they're just, they're so hard to find. And, he's really going to work to bring those jobs back here, for students like me who'll be graduating, who have already graduated.
Well, Hillary Clinton is campaigning on a jobs platform in part. Do you not think she can deliver that?
Honestly, I don't believe anything she says because she's been in politics, for 30 years now. And like Mr. Trump said at the last debate, she's been in this for so long. Why is she now just coming up with, policies and ideas to, try and fix things? I don't, she can talk all she wants, but I'm not, I don't think she'll ever get anything done.
It's interesting, though, because we've seen a lot of young people speak in front of the camera, in part because of what has been revealed in that tape that was leaked with Access Hollywood. Mr. Trump saying, jokingly perhaps, that he could grope women with impunity. He's made comments that have offended a number of other Americans, essentially criticizing Latinos, Mexicans in particular, as well as Muslims. Do none of those issues concern you, or do you not believe the criticisms that people are saying as a result of those leaks and those statements?
Well, with the videos and the leaks, that's old news now. I personally met Mr. Trump. I worked with, a lot of the people in his campaign, and that's just, that's not the type of person he is. He is now. He's a different person, and those tapes, that was just, as he said, locker room talk, and obviously it's inexcusable, but that's not the man he is. If you look at him, you look at his family, they're all incredible people. Are hardworking and compassionate about our country. So.
Now,
I don't think it was going to have an impact.
Now, do you think that's a majority view in Texas, though? Like, Texas is, of course, the home state for Ted Cruz. Many people were supporting Cruz more than Trump in the primaries. Do other Republicans, young Republicans, agree with you on that those are past issues and that they need to move beyond it?
Yes, personally, being behind the scenes with social media and everything, just seeing the amount of following that we have with students, we get students all the time, sending us thousands and thousands of pictures a month, asking us to, post them and share them and tag them in these, Instagram pictures, Twitter pictures, videos, whatever it may be that they send us. And, you don't see that support, that millennial support for, Hillary. I'm sure on college campuses, like where I'm there, obviously are millennials that are supporting Hillary, but, they're not vocal about it like you see Trump. Students who are supporting Trump are.
Well, it's interesting because going through some of your group and your comments, your group actually calls themselves an underrepresented minority among American students. What do you mean by that?
People in the United States, a lot of people think that, there aren't really that millennials supporting him. But like I said, when you're behind the scenes like me and a lot of the other national team that I work with, you just see the amount of support there is for him. You see it at his rallies, I've been to about 10 of his events now. And there are so many students, in college and high school, even in middle school, they're out there showing enthusiasm for Trump, waving signs, getting involved and, with the campaign by doing phone banking, everything along the lines of that. So they are just, they're just excited about this election, even though some of them can't even vote yet, but they're still showing a tremendous amount of support.
And you are in Texas. Obviously, it's a state that borders onto Mexico, a lot of Latino Americans. What about Latino Americans in Texas? Are they not concerned by the comments that Donald Trump has made about Mexicans and essentially that promise to build the wall as well? Are they not concerned about that in Texas?
No, majority of the ones I've seen are not concerned about it. They're actually, along the border. I've worked with people down in that area. I've talked to Border Patrol agents. I've seen, a lot of people, and a lot of the people that are on the border want the wall built because, a lot of the people here came over here legally, and they want, the other, people who want to come in, they want them to come here legally, not, just walk in and get all these free benefits and everything. They came through a hard process and a fair process, and they want everyone else to be able to do the same thing.
No, excuse me, your mind is obviously made up. Will you be watching tonight?
Absolutely.
Okay, Josh, listen, enjoy the debate. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
All right, thank you.
And that is Josh Gramillion. He is a first-time voter and the National Social Media Director for the grassroots organization Students for Trump. He joined us in Houston, Texas.